Welcome back to Honest News Network. Sorry, but I had to share this with you all. I know we just went live, but when I was thinking about this word that Prince Harry said, that the royal family is doing this for the greater good of the people, I did a search on this phrase, or this term, the greater good. And it was interesting to find out that it actually has its roots in the word universal, which is actually the word Catholic or Catholicism. So the Church of England being Catholic, this idea of the greater good comes from the Catholic Church. But this is something that I found that was very, very interesting, and that is the idea that a general advantage that you can only gain by losing or harming something that is considered less important. Did you hear that, people? A general advantage that you can only gain by losing or harming something that is considered less important. So you look at the synagogue of Satan, and they considered all Gentiles to be goyim. That would fit in that category, the greater good. Whatever they're doing today, they're doing for the greater good, but they're going to have to sacrifice the goyim. Same thing with the Muslims. Muslims, the same thing. Got to sacrifice everybody that doesn't bow down to Allah. And then you have the universal Christians, quote unquote Christians, those that call themselves Christians. The Catholic Church or the Universal Church that believes that they must also wipe out quite a bit of the population. Because after all, the Church of England or the Catholic Church is all about Gaia or Gaia, right? It's all about Mother Earth. And so, to save the earth, they've got to depopulate. So the greater good is, in their mind, is we've got to get rid of some folks so that we can live, so that we can go on. And so you see this philosophy showing up quite a bit in a lot of different religions and a lot of different ideologies. You see this idea showing up. This idea of the greater good. So, this word universal, or universalism, it comes from this philosophical concept that everything becomes the whole. That all becomes the whole. And it's interesting here because under spiritual, it doesn't show the word Christian. It shows the word mysticism, non-dualism, perennialism, and theosophy, which is this all has to do with the Illuminati. But interesting how that when you look up this word universal, you'll find the Catholic Church. But you look up universalism, and you won't find the Catholic Church being mentioned here under spiritual. So really, what universalism is mysticism. It's this collective consciousness. And so, well, I do see the word Christian here under philosophical. But interesting enough, it's above the word beliefs. And it's not considered. It's really strange because they've got it in its own spot. It's not like it's part of anything else. Other religions that are included are the Baha'i faith movement, Hinduism, Sufism, mysticism, and as the other ones I already told you. But there's no mention there in the area of spiritual, there's no mention there of the Christian. Now, I've been trying to help you understand, people, that the universal church, the Catholicism, a long time ago, they said, let's start calling ourselves Christians. And then we'll have our popes get involved with pedophilia and all this stuff. We'll have these, serious allegations and all this, and we'll taint the true Christians. We'll make them all look bad. So that's what they've done. And so all these scandals that go on in the Catholic Church they're really on purpose, because they want the true Christian to be identified with the universal Christian so that it makes us all look bad. You see how they're doing that? Very interesting how they're doing that, but that's exactly what they're doing. And so when Prince Harry says that the royal family is doing everything they're doing for the greater good of the people, bear in mind that that means that somebody's going to be sacrificed. That means somebody is not part of the greater good. They're going to be sacrificed. And that's exactly what it says. So it just goes right along with what we've been saying all along, what we've been all saying. This Illuminati, New World Order, that they know that they've got to depopulate. Now they just got to come up with a reason why they got to depopulate. And we know the ultimate reason they're going to depopulate eventually is going to come down to if you don't receive the mark of the beast. Right? If you don't receive the mark of the beast, if you don't worship the beast or the image of the beast, you'll be beheaded. So everything is being set up right now. They know they've got to depopulate to save the earth, to save humanity even. That's the whole philosophy. That's the whole mentality. And obviously, they're going to offer these sacrifices to Gaia, which is nothing more than Baal, just on another name. And Gaia is basically Mother Earth, Mother Nature, Mother Earth. So this goes right back to Babylon. This goes back to Tammuz. This goes back to ancient Babylon. And so, yeah, the ultimate plan, without question, is depopulation. That's what their ultimate plan is. That's what I've gathered. And it's interesting how they're setting up the arches of Baal, which we have considered at Honest News Network, we've considered those to be the gates of hell that Jesus spoke about. They're setting them up. But he said, Jesus said, I will build my church, and the gates of hell shall not prevail against it. Interesting how that in the same context, this universal Catholicism comes along and says, Jesus was saying Peter is the rock. And now that's been delegated or passed down, I should say. Now in succession, the new pope is the new rock. And he has the keys to the kingdom. And see, this is how the Catholic Church controls the world. And understand that the Rothschilds are neither Christian, they are neither Jew, they are neither Muslim, or any faith for that matter. They're no religion, but they are universalists. They believe in universalism. They believe that they've got to harm or sacrifice for the greater good. They believe that. And so, and I've heard this term many times. I'm going to see how many people quotes, where I can find how many people have quoted that, have said that. I'm going to do a research on that and see how many others have said that. But let me just read this to you again in closing. This is the definition of the greater good. A general advantage that you can only gain by losing or harming something that is considered less important. We'll keep you updated on any further development on this. God bless you.